And I don't. How is that so difficult?
It's given me.
Let me guess. Don't say it. Don't say it. I haven't watched his videos, but I want to guess. Let me guess. She's gonna mention. Let me see something about, let's say, patriarchy or something about white men. It's because they're white men, right? She's probably thinking Mike Gamble's white, Preston's white, Derek's white. She's gonna say something about cis white males or about the patriarchy. Let me see. Here we go. It's giving you what? Let's back up. Let's see.
It's given me. Oh no. There's been an awful lot of tension and stuff, I think, at Bioware now for years. Do you guys remember Inquisition was in...
What the fuck is it's giving me? Oh no. What is that? What is that? Oh no. That's not even a... What does that even mean? Oh no. Let's see. Let her cook. Let her
production and the big crunch for the devs to get stuff and things done for Inquisition, and how they wanted to integrate the multiplayer aspect into Veilguard and into Inquisition, and no fucker used it. I mean, maybe a couple of people used it and liked it, but really, when they announced that Veilguard was going to be a multi-online player, I think everybody kicked off. Nobody wanted it.
Well, first off, they didn't announce that Veilguard was going to be a multiplayer. They announced that the Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Like, you got to understand that Veilguard was not the multiplayer iteration. Veilguard was the single-player iteration. Dreadwolf was going to have some multiplayer, aspects to it, like Inquisition, but it was a totally different game at that point. So, I don't know why are we even like trying to talk about either or. It just doesn't make sense.
Dragon Age into multiple
the stream, guys. We're almost at 1,100 people on YouTube.
Lines, like not only just for multiple player games, but then they scrapped that and then they had to like reboot it and then reboot it again. It's just, it feels like a conflict of interest. And I've been saying this for years. It feels like the devs want to make one game and EA wants them to make another game, but it's not just EA. Not a lot of people are talking about this cunt. Are talking about the higher ups at Bioware, who are just as liable for like this conflict of interest.
Wow, she called Gary McKay a cunt. The fuck? Wow. So let me get this straight. So you want Bioware to shill for you. You want Bioware to talk about representation and how important it is, but you are then going to call the general manager of Bioware a cunt. Now that's an interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for him.
People will attack the devs because they're easily accessible, they're online, there's a face and a name to attack. People need scapegoats. And
no, people attack the developers because those developers are online on their social media profiles calling gamers bigots, racists, homophobes, transphobes, sexist, misogynists, talking about how all people who believe in Trump need to go die, essentially. Talking about off your local MAGA. Yeah, like those developers are on social media doing all these things. So when a game is really bad and people discover who the developers are and go through their social media profiles that are public, by the way, they'll end up seeing a whole bunch of nonsense that will make them not exactly very favorable. I'm just saying.
That's what, unfortunately, I feel that this is. It's a scapegoat. Like, that's all this whole thing boils down to, is that we're in a political climate right now where, unfortunately, the scapegoat is inclusion. And I'm worried that BioWare are moving away from inclusion.
There it
is. In like a couple of years, unless Mass Effect turns out to be utter trash, because I trust, here's a huge spanner in the works. Here's a huge spanner in the works. And I want you guys to walk with me through this one.
Is that a trans creature at the bottom of her screen? It's got trans colors on it, bro. Your entire fucking identity is you being trans. And then you complain when people criticize you, like, oh, they're attacking trans people. No, it's not a shield, my guy. It's not a shield. It's not a shield. People have a right to criticize you without you talking about your fucking gender identity so goddamn much. And again, I keep telling you, you don't listen. You want to be a man, stop acting like such a bitch. Seriously. I say this to you all the time in every video, and you don't listen.
Because it's going to sound bizarre, but if the anti-woke crowd
here we go.
Get a game that is completely anti-woke, that has no representation in it at all, and they still fucking hate it because the story is bad or the game is bad.
That is a literal fundamental. I'm going to go back because that is a fundamental misunderstanding of what anybody's actually fighting against. And again, I need this fucking dumbass creature to understand that we are fighting against all agendas, left, right, and center. We don't want no agendas in our video games. At least I don't anyway. Some people out there who like to fuck Pokemon in the ass, they just don't want to see any gay people in a video game whatsoever. They don't want to see any gay people in real life. And chances are, if they had the ability, they would probably offer them to an electric chair if that was their, if that was up to them. Again, there's some people out there that are like that. I won't mention any names, but there's some people out there that are definitely like that. They want that to be a thing. They see a gay person and they get very upset because they can't control their sexual urges, because they enjoy the railing in the ass every once in a while. But that's just besides the point. There are some people out there that are like that, but for the most part, many people are just fighting against agendas in video games, period. Just period. Like, I don't want agendas in video games, period. So you say, when somebody says, a complete anti-woke game, what does that mean? What is even an anti-woke game? What the fuck is an anti-woke game? It's very clear that she doesn't have any fucking clue over what the term anti-woke is. She thinks that anti-woke is no black people, no trans people, no people of color in general, only white people, only straight sexual relationships. That's what she views it as, anti-woke. You realize, white savior, that there have been POCs in video games for decades, long before you started to pretend to play video games. Long before that. There's been POCs in the original fucking Bioware games. There's been POCs in JRPGs. I don't understand how you're going to sit there and try to pretend as if that's what the anti-woke side is. You are literally lying about what that is. That's your perception of it. You're telling people right now what your perception of anti-woke is, and that's actually grifting. Actually, I can't even call you a grifter because the thing is, people grift for money, and it's very clear from your bottom bar there on the right side that you're still at zero, even after all of this lies. So not exactly working out for you very well, but that's besides the point.
Anti-woke that has no representation in it at all, and they still fucking hate it because the story is bad or the game is bad. It's fucking... Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's...
Take out ideologies from video games and just try to make a good video game. Focus on the character, focus on the story, focus on the world building, get people excited to want to enter the world of whatever your video game is. And yes, sometimes that does mean that the game might not be good. People might not end up liking it. I don't understand how that's so hard to grasp. I don't understand how that's a thought process that escapes people. You also need to check that wheeze, my guy. You might have sleep apnea. That neck might be a little thick, but you might want to check that out. Anyway, yeah, I don't understand how that's so difficult for people to understand. Nobody's asked you to make an anti-woke game. We just want a normal video game. That's what we want. We want to boot up a video game and not within the first hour get the option to turn trans or not in a fantasy setting, in a fantasy world that doesn't even have that ideology, but suddenly has it now because modern day told it had to. Yeah, like we just want a normal video game.
It's over. The anti-woke crowds say we just want a good game.
Yeah.
But they'll blame inclusion in games as to the reason why the game is bad.
No, we'll blame bad writers that unfortunately are ideological psychopaths that have to trauma dump on their characters that they end up writing. That's what we blame. There is such a thing as inclusion, and then there's such a thing as forced inclusion. See, the problem is you think that forced inclusion is so good that people can't smell the bullshit from a mile away when they see it. You're not as subtle and you're not as sneaky as you think you are. people can pick up on forced inclusion bullshit from a mile away. From a mile away. I'll give you a perfect analogy. Here's a perfect analogy. You want to know how obvious your forced inclusion is? Do you want to know how obvious your entire like idea of, oh, this is what real representation is, right? Your forced inclusion nonsense. This is how obvious it is to pick up. Your forced inclusion is the equivalent of if somebody went to visit North Korea, visited a home that was on a street called Black Street, that was in a black apartment building, and when they went into a black apartment building, every single apartment was filled with only black people in it. And then the realtor is like trying to sell you an apartment in it, right? And you're Asian or you're Korean, and they're trying to tell you, oh no, this is naturally how it happened. Yeah, nothing forced here, nothing obvious here, nothing obvious going on here. This is just how this happened naturally. That a fucking black apartment building on a street called Black Street got filled with all black people, and it's the only thing that's in the entire North Korea that's like it. But no, it's just happened naturally. So how about that apartment? You like it? Like, that is the equivalent of what you're trying to do here. You're so obvious. You are so obvious with what you're doing, and then you swear that nobody else can notice it. It's bullshit.
If Mass Effect goes full the other way and it turns out to be just a exclusive white man shooter, and they still don't like it.
Oh, I called it. It was a little late. But she cooked. There it is. The white man shooter. Called it. I knew it. All right, it was only a matter of time. Not the white man. What's a white man shooter, man? What was Shepard? Shepard, are you kidding me right now? You got female Shepard, male Shepard. What, man? Oh my God. What is even a white man shooter? What does that even mean? Bro? Do you realize that all of these supposed anti-woke people that you are against are big fans of Mass Effect, myself included? I am a huge fan of Mass Effect, even though they fucked up number 3's ending. I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect. And guess what? Mass Effect had all the inclusion in the world that was done properly. They even took it a step further and gave you aliens, right? It's not like they just gave you inclusive characters. What about Anderson? Did nobody like Anderson as a character? I liked Anderson as a character. They gave you all the inclusion in the world, and they gave you alien pussy. So it's like, how could you say that people that are anti-woke are against inclusion when we loved Mass Effect growing up? It inherently goes against your entire argument or your entire idea of what the anti-woke is.
It's when Mass Effect comes out, BioWare is either
you got to take care of that wheeze, my guy. Seriously, you need like a albuterol pump or something. I don't know what you need. You need some treatment, weight loss. I have no idea. That sleep apnea neck, that shit is getting you good.
To be praised by the anti-woke crowd for pandering to them and for making a game that is exclusionary and basic as shit, or
basic as shit. Yeah, because like games like Space Marine 2, basic as shit. Nice. Games like Black Myth Wukong, basic as shit. Nice. Yeah, that's nice. You guys are fucking retards, man. You really are. You guys really are retards. It's insane. I don't know how you get through the day. I really don't. Because I can see your move from a mile away. I could see your entire ideology, every talking point that you had so far in this video in 12 minutes. I've been able to predict before it even happened. You guys are so predictable because you're losers. Every single one of you.
They're going to hate it because I trust that at the end of the day, if a game is shit, they will call it out. They'll cry that they don't have an alien wife to bang. Oh, I fully believe that they're going to get alien wives to bang. But
did she just expose herself? Did she just expose herself? Wait. Time out. Did she just expose herself? You guys realize that in Mass Effect, you were able to fuck alien women? You were able to romance alien women? You have never played Mass Effect, bro. You have never played Mass Effect, bro. You absolutely exposed yourself just now, my guy. You exposed yourself right now. You've never played Mass Effect. If you're saying that, oh, I'm totally sure they're going to get an alien woman to back, that already happened. You never played it. You never played it. Exposed. And you're trying to tell everybody this is your favorite game? Nah, bro, exposed. I fucked the shit out of alien women in Mass Effect, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You've never played Mass Effect. That's it. That's it. We got it. We got it. Taurus confirmed. Taurus confirmed. Grifter confirmed. Liar confirmed. Bro, why do you think people simp for Tally so much in Liara? Why do you think that's a thing? It's because you were able to have relationships. You were able to have relationships in the previous games with alien women. What do you think? Tally's human? You think Liara's fucking human? Bro, this is too easy. Oh my God, I cannot believe that she opened herself up to that. Yo, I honestly cannot believe. Wait, did we hear that correctly? Hold on. Wait, let her cook.
They will call it out. They'll cry that they don't have an alien wife to bang. Oh, I fully believe that they're going to get alien wives to bang. But somebody in chat 5 seconds ago mentioned AI.
Oh my God, bro. She never played Mass Effect. Legit. If you do not know that you can romance alien women in the previous games, how are you going to sit here and pretend like that's going to be a new anti-woke thing? How are you going to sit here and pretend that's going to be a new anti-woke thing in the upcoming Mass Effect when it's already existed? You've never fucking played the game. Bro, oh my God, I'm clipping this and putting it on Twitter. Holy shit. Holy shit. And you guys call us the grifters. Oh my God, bro. Whatever I just caught you in is a resolution that doesn't even exist in humankind right now. This ain't 4K. This isn't 8K. I don't know what kind of fucking K it is, but right now it's maximum levels of exposed. You have never played a Mass Effect game ever. And you're going to try to pretend like, oh, I misspoke. Nah, bitch. You never played a Mass Effect game. It's clipped and it's going on Twitter.
And I am nervous about AI. EA have already mentioned before that they are including AI into their business. They did like a whole show about it where this guy demonstrated, I know that the screen's slightly off, but this guy demonstrated like a whole thing about
a lot of the gaming studios are incorporating AI into their video game right now. People are roasting Black Ops 6 because of the obvious AI that's being used to generate a lot of their skins and whatnot. People are complaining about it. They got caught with a zombie with 6 fingers and everything like that. It's been obvious that they're incorporating AI at this point.
It's imagination and creation. To bring this to life, let me show you a concept video that stitches together some of our more exciting experiments in service of imagination to creation. Let's take a look.
Hey, what if we made a game out of...
Saint Adjacent says, dude, she isn't making some profound statement exposing herself. She's mad that the game will pander to straight men. Wrong. Wrong. It is a profound statement, and here's why. So when you are all over online pretending to be an ultimate Bioware shill and fan, right? When you're trying to pretend, especially recently, that Mass Effect 2 is your favorite game. She posted that on Twitter. She said Mass Effect 2 is her favorite game. There's no way that you forget details like that in the favorite game of yours of all time. There's absolutely no fucking way, right? So if Mass Effect 2 is your favorite game of all time, and you don't realize that Mass Effect is a video game where you've been able to romance alien women before, and now she's making a statement because she hates men so bad, or straight white men, that, oh yeah, they just want to bang alien women, and they're probably going to get the opportunity to do that in this upcoming game. What do you mean get the opportunity to do that in this upcoming game? It's already existed. That opportunity has already existed in previous Mass Effect games, so you never played them. You clearly never played them. So that's why it's a profound statement, in my opinion. That's why I think so.
Cardboard boxes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Make a maze of cardboard boxes. What do you think?
Not bad. But
Hold
maybe a
on.
little
Hold on. Let me make this larger for you guys to see.
bit more complex. How's that?
What if we make it multi-level? Whoa, let's give that one a go.
That's cool. All right. Who are we going to play as? Make 2 characters with weapons.
Skip.
Bad options.
Oh, she should be happy. Look, the AI made the NPC extremely black. What's wrong with that? The AI made the NPC black. I mean, yeah, he's holding a gun and he's got a hood on and stuff, but it did it though.
It should be a death match.
Right?
Here I come.
You gotta find me first.
Wait, what if we made it so we could only die from a grenade?
Oh, now I'm definitely going to win. Add a rule that you...
Again, very, very huge speculation on my count. But the first red flag I got when you start to remove people is, are you bringing new people in? Because there was like a whole argument that, new talent will bring in new stories, will bring in new things. And Veilguard was right before Veilguard came out, a lot of the voice actors in Veilguard couldn't promote it because they were on strike. They were on strike to try and get more rights for voice actors and people in the gaming industry, protection against AI. Like, it's not just...
So this person is a hardcore advocate for basically the employees that used to work at Bioware. And the only reason why she's an advocate for them is because they believed in representation. So she feels that the company truly believed in her cause, and her as a person. And now that all those writers are gone and fired, she believes that Bioware is no longer having her best interests at heart. She thinks that suddenly Bioware is going to become a white man shooter company. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't even know what that means. White man shooter. I am so normal. Like I don't understand really what you're trying to conflate with here. This is the nonsense that they try to do all the time. They try to gaslight you and tell you all this fake ass bullshit about what the other side is doing. They do it all the time.
They are still on strike. Yeah, the strike is still going. I'm just worried that you're right, Jojo, that Mass Effect 5 is going to look like Halo 6. The strike is still...
Mass Effect 5 is going to look like Halo 6. Oh my God, bro. I can't deal with this level. It is. I can't. Like, this is next level retardation. This is bad. This is really bad.
Still going on, but it's a strike for protection against AI. So I think, again, this is pure speculation, and I'm just piecing together the things that I'm seeing.
Shut up.
Now the writers do. I am now looking for a new writing narrative position. It has been a privilege to work with so many amazing devs over my 20 years at Bioware, and I will cherish the memories of the wonderful folks in the community I've met along the way. Thank you all. Trick has written in every Dragon Age, every Mass Effect. And by firing them, not only...
Are you fucking crying? Or does it just look like her eyes are getting red?
Have you lost a good writer? Even though good writer is subjective, I get that. But hear me out. You've lost all of that knowledge from day one of writing that story, of writing the characters in Mass Effect, the story of Mass Effect, where Mass Effect was going. It's now gone. I'm sure that they've got like backups and like notes and things and stuff, but it's like, is Mass Effect 5 just going to be an adaptation? Like when they did, not to compare it to Game of Thrones, but like Game of Thrones was good when they were following the books. And then the last couple of series of Game of Thrones, when there were no books and they were just adapting things, they just had like George R.R. Martin's notes to work with. So they were like, oh, these are the notes. And then they made a hot pile of garbage. I hope that they're not going to be like looking at the notes of Mass Effect from all of these writers that now are no longer there. And
they're not, because like you just complained about earlier on in the stream, they're keeping multiple industry veterans from Mass Effect that have been there since the beginning, that worked on the original trilogy for Mass Effect. So why would they be adapting something? They have people there that have been there since the beginning. This is the reason why they're specifically forming a team that's been around for a long time for specifically Mass Effect. Who gives a fuck if this bitch wrote on Dragon Age when we're making a Mass Effect game? Like, did you forget that part? That was at the beginning of your stream. It literally says, it named 4 or 5 people, and it said other people as well who have been there for the entire trilogy. I don't, dude.
And making a season 8 of Game of fucking Thrones in Mass Effect form, I will absolutely cry. This is the season 6 of Game of Thrones, but Bioware, like The Witcher, the showrunner thought they could do better. Dude, I genuinely see Bioware going one of 2 directions. It's either going to be loved by everyone who hates everything that we are, or it's not going to survive. It's not going to survive. Mass Effect 5 will be the final nail in the coffin, I think.
Oh, no. Hold on. Go back. Am I understanding this right? Where she thinks that Mass Effect will die if Mass Effect gives gamers what they want, and the only way for Mass Effect to survive is if they pander to the people that killed Veilguard in the first place? Am I understanding this correctly? Is that what she said? Let me hear it again.
It's either going to be loved by everyone who hates everything that we are, or...
So it's either going to be loved by everyone who hates everything that they are. Okay, so she's trying to say anti-woke people. Okay, so...
It's not going to survive.
Or it's not going to survive. Wow. So the option is it can only be loved by gamers, or it's not going to survive. What the fuck?
It's not going to survive. Mass Effect 5 will be the final nail in the coffin, I think. If BioWare goes in a direction that is exclusionary, then...
Well, she just said it. Wait. I don't even have to assume anymore. She literally just said it.
And that is exclusionary.
Wait, go back.
It's not going to survive. Mass Effect 5 will be the final nail in the coffin, I think.
Say it again, bitch.
If BioWare goes in a direction that is exclusionary, then what the fuck ever.
If BioWare goes in the way of exclusionary, then what the fuck ever. Are you serious? So to this creature's mindset, if BioWare just goes back to playing and making normal games for normal gamers, then it's going to fail? Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. There's no way. This is cope. This is maximum levels of cope. And by the way, you just admitted something again. Hold on. You guys realize that she just admitted that unless the game panders to her and her ideology, she will not play it? Isn't that interesting? Because she just said, what the fuck ever, right? She won't even, whatever. So you won't play video games unless they pander to your specific trans ideology. That is very interesting. So you are a tourist then. You are a literal grifter then. Wow, that's insane. Have you filled up that bar yet? No. We won't talk about the bar on the bottom. We will not talk about the bar on the bottom. That's rough.
What the fuck ever. It doesn't matter if you didn't like the writing and stuff. It doesn't matter if you didn't like the art style. It doesn't matter if you didn't like it as a game. What you do with that is you put it down and you fuck off. You don't then go on the internet, find people that do enjoy it, and then like rip them a new one. That's just not it.
Nobody ever ripped you a new one for enjoying Dragon Age of Veilguard. People ripped you a new one because you were obviously lying about Dragon Age of Veilguard, and you were also lying about the people you were supposedly calling anti-woke. And, with all due respect, you tried to get my YouTube channel taken down. So at that point, go fuck yourself, right? You tried to get me banned on Twitter. Failed, by the way. Failed completely. So you tried to get me banned on Twitter. You tried to get my YouTube channel taken down. You tried to get my Twitch channel taken down that I don't even really use. Because you tagged Twitch on Twitter and tried to say that I was transphobic, blah, blah, whatever. You failed at that as well. So, yeah, I really don't give a fuck. I have a right to criticize you as much as I want, just like you have a right to criticize me as much as you want. People are saying, really? Yes, really. Yes, really, she did that. I still have the screenshot saved. She did that. She tried to take down my YouTube channel. She tagged Team YouTube. She tagged Twitch. And she tagged X. And she tried to tag them during the whole Suicide McDuggins thing. Because they really hated McDuggins. I don't know why. McDuggins was out here saving lives. They really hated McDuggins. And it's interesting. They tried to say, oh my God. I think someone said, I can't believe you made a character like that. What's wrong with you? That's so bigoted. I'm like, what do you mean? Bioware has the slider options in the game to allow the creation of a character like that. If you're going to be angry at someone, go be angry at Bioware for allowing a character to be made like that. That's not my fault. McDuggins saves lives, okay? It's very clear. McDuggins saves lives. I get messages all the time about how amazing McDuggins is. Look at the spam. Look at the McDuggins spam in the chat right now. McDuggins changes lives, okay? So we need to stop being angry at McDuggins, man. I'm desperately trying to yell at my VTuber creator because he's taking forever to make McDuggins. I think he's met his match. I don't think he can bring McDuggins to life, man. I think he's met his match. I'm trying. I don't know. Anyway. So let's just listen, guys. I'm going to end it here. We're halfway through this video, and I've seen so much cope. I've seen so much seething coming out from this creature. It's really unfortunate, but what this ultimately is the revelation of a shill saying that, wow, a company truly does not give a crap about them. A company truly does not care about their social cause. A company truly does not worry about whether or not they are inclusive or not, or at least enough for people like this. They don't care. And every time you sit here and pretend as if the company cares about you, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. It's only a matter of time. That rude awakening is gonna show up at some point in time, and it's gonna hit you like a bag of bricks. And that's what's happening here, where you had a 2-hour plus coping stream that you deleted. So if you guys want to see that stream, go watch my video that's live right now on my YouTube channel, reacting to that original stream, and it showcases everything. If you want to see the cope, do not miss that video. It's got like almost 40,000 views right now on YouTube. Go watch it if you want to see the initial stream, because it was pathetic. It really was. This is a totally separate video. This one right here. This is a totally separate thing that's happening here, but it's just more cope. So now we got a 45-minute cope video, and then we got a fucking 2-hour plus stream cope, and all of this over a company saying, yeah, we're firing our bloat. We're getting rid of all of our bad writers. We're getting rid of everybody. It doesn't matter if they've been working there for XYZ amount of years. There is such a thing as the word called complacency. Do you know about that? Do you know about that, creature? There is such a word called complacency. So even if you have 15 to 20 years of experience, it doesn't mean that you were actually good at your job. It doesn't mean necessarily that you are still good at your job. You might have been good at one point in the past, but perhaps you got complacent, perhaps you got lazy, and maybe you thought that your job was always safe because you've been there a long time. It happens all the time. It happens in companies all the time. Have you ever met someone that's been at a company for 20 plus years and they're like a zombie walking around nowhere near with the same amount of energy that they were when the first year they started? It happens all the time, man. So let's not pretend like this is something, oh, they got 20 years of experience. Why'd you fire them? Come on, bro. Are we serious right now? Let's stop the bullshit. So